Fela Kuti was arrested over 100 times and appeared in court over 258 times for challenging the corrupt Nigerian government. Was he a hero or a villain? Olufela Olusegun Oludotun Ransom Kuti, popularly known as Fela Kuti, was born on October 15, 1938 in Abeokuta, now the capital of Ogun State, Nigeria. Fela hailed from an upper middle class family in the British colony of Nigeria. His mother, Chief Fumilayo Ransom Kuti, was a feminist and anti-colonial activist, while his father, Reverend Israel Oludotun Ransom Kuti, an Anglican minister and school principal, was the first president of the Nigerian Union of Teachers. Fela was part of a distinguished family with brothers Beko and Alikoye Ransom Kuti. Both are prominent medical doctors, and a first cousin, a Nigerian writer and Nobel, Wole Soyinka, the first African to win the Nobel Prize for Literature. Fela's education began at Abeokuta Grammar School. In 1958, he was sent to London to study medicine, but chose to pursue music at Trinity College of Music instead. It was during this period that he formed his band, Kalakuta, blending jazz and high life. In 1960, Fela married Remi Taylor, with whom he had 3 children, Femi, Yeni, and Shola. He returned to Nigeria in 1963, reformed Kalakuta, and worked as a radio producer for the Nigerian Broadcasting Corporation. During this time, he also played with Victor Olaiya and his All-Stars. In 1967, Fela traveled to Ghana, where he conceived a new musical style he called Afrobeat. 2 years later, he took his band to the United States, where they spent 10 months in Los Angeles. There, Fela encountered the Black Power movement through Sandra Smith, a member of the Black Panther Party. This experience deeply influenced his music and political views, leading him to rename his band Nigeria 70. However, due to visa issues, Fela and his band had to leave the US, but not before recording what would be released as the 69 Los Angeles Sessions. Upon returning to Nigeria, Fela renamed the band Africa 70, and his lyrics shifted from love to social and political issues. He established the Kalakuta Republic, commune, recording studio, and home for those connected to the band, which he declared independent from the Nigerian state. The name Kalakuta was inspired by the black hole of Calcutta Dijon in India. Fela also opened a nightclub at the Empire Hotel, initially called the Afro Spot and later the Africa Shrine, where he performed regularly and officiated traditional Yoruba ceremonies. Around this time, he changed his name to Anikulapo, meaning he who carries death in his pouch, rejecting his former surname, Ransom, which he considered a slave name. Fela's music resonated with the Nigerian public and across Africa, largely due to his choice to sing in Pidgin English, making his message accessible to a broader audience. However, his popularity was not mirrored by the Nigerian government, which frequently targeted the Kalakuta Republic with raids. In 1972, Fela collaborated with Ginger Baker on the album Stradivarius during which he also delved deeper into the Yoruba religion. The release of Fela and Africa 70s in 1977 album, Zombie, a fierce critique of the Nigerian military, marked a turning point. The album's success led to a brutal military raid on the Kalakuta Republic, during which Fela was severely beaten and his elderly mother was fatally injured after being thrown from a window. The commune was destroyed, and Fela's response was to deliver his mother's coffin to General Olusegun Obasanjo's residence at Dodan Barracks and to compose the songs Coffin for Head of State and Unknown Soldiers. Following the destruction of Kalakuta, Fela and his band moved to the Crossroads Hotel. In 1978, he married 27 women, many of whom were his dancers and singers, in a symbolic act marking the anniversary of the Kalakuta attack. Later, Fela adopted a system of maintaining 12 wives at a time. That year also saw Fela banned from Ghana after riots broke out during a performance of Zombie. Despite these challenges, Fela remained politically active, forming the Movement of the People Party to clean up society like a mob. He also renamed his band Egypt 80, emphasizing African ownership of Egyptian civilization. Throughout the 1980s, Fela faced continuous opposition from the Nigerian government. In 1984, under Muhammadu Buhari's regime, he was jailed on charges of currency smuggling, widely believed to be politically motivated. Amnesty International and other human rights groups declared him a prisoner of conscience, leading to his release after 20 months by General Ibrahim Babangida. Upon release, Fela divorced his 12 wives, stating that marriage brings jealousy and selfishness. Despite these setbacks, Fela continued to produce music, tour internationally, and remain a vocal critic of political corruption. In 1986, he performed at Giant Stadium in New Jersey as part of Amnesty International's A Conspiracy of Hope concert. His 1989 album, Beats of No Nation, targeted global leaders like Ronald Reagan and Margaret Thatcher, and the title was inspired by a statement by South African President Peter Lambota. Fela's musical output slowed in the 1990s, and in 1993, he and several members of the Africa 70 organization were arrested on charges of murder. The toll of his battle against military corruption was evident, and rumors circulated that he was ill, possibly with AIDS, though he refused treatment. Fela passed away on August 2, 1997, from complications related with AIDS, though the exact cause remained a subject of debate. His brother, Olikoye Ransom Kuti, announced his death, and over 1 million people attended his funeral. Fela's legacy lives on through the New African Shrine, managed by his son Femi, and his influence remains strong in both music and political activism. Fela Kuti was arrested over 100 times and appeared in court over 258 times for challenging the corrupt Nigerian government. Was he a hero or a villain? Thank you for joining us today and watching this video to the end. Kindly give this video a thumbs up and drop your thoughts in the comment section. And do not forget to subscribe to this channel. See you in our next video.